Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming to our pitch event number 79, if I remember well. Today we have founders coming from Europe and US. So before we start, as I don't want to take more any time from our founders, let me remind you that you can come to pitch email at pitch@EquityMatch.com. At the same time, we are streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So wherever you are, if you want to raise any question to our founders, just raise them and we bring your question to them. So as we start, let me introduce our 4 founders. So I'm not going to spend 1 more minute without them. Francesco Finazzi, Jennifer Head, Harry Young, and Jānis Blaževičs. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. And let me start introducing our first founder. Francesco Finazzi, co-founder and CEO of MynDoor. MynDoor is based in Milan, Italy, health tech, human resource, pre-seed around 300,000 euros. How's it going, Francesco?
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm Francesco, one of the co-founders of MynDoor, and I was a military pilot before. And now, after 7 years of research, we are finally bringing a product that will help everybody. Let me talk with my slides so I can present. So, spoiler, already told you, I was a Navy pilot for 14 years. And during my experience, often I experienced the effect of stress and psychological malaise, effect that sometimes led to tremendous consequences. But not only in my job, in any job, stress, psychological malaise can lead to a great deal of problem. In fact, this has a cost that globally exceeds $900 billion. Why is that? Because normal methods arrive when stress or malaise is already present. Then they try to cure it. Now, imagine how much money we could save, but especially how many incidents we could avoid if we were able to intervene before actually stress arises. And that's exactly what we're doing in MynDoor. In MynDoor, through our artificial intelligence models that we patented this year, we are able to detect emotional stress, psychological stress, only by analyzing the language, the communication, both written or oral language. So only based on the meaning of what people say. And now, to reach this point, we've been collecting data for 7 years, starting from the military field, going to scientific mission all around the globe, like Concordia Station in Antarctic, ICES of the NASA. And now that we have a product, we want to bring this to everybody. Starting initially from the corporate wellness, where we already released our API. We already closed 10 contracts in the last few months after our release. And what they are doing, the company in the corporate wellness, with our technology, they are analyzing chat, mail, feedback from client, and they are getting them with indication about stress level and emotion in order to put in action or well-being decision. At the same time, we just developed a service integration actually for Slack that is just being released in US. Is going to be released in Europe this week. And this integration for Slack is permits to the user to detect stress anonymously, but especially in a passive way, just communicating with the others. This app will advise the user about the stress level, the increase of the stress level, and we suggest exercise study with a psychologist in order to decrease the stress level, only by passive monitoring. And it's already working because the company that already installed this app in the last few weeks already experienced a decrease in stress and an increase in positive emotion inside the company. So we're starting from the corporate wellness, which is worth more than $93 billion, but more in general, we insert ourselves in the global mental health care market, which is worth more than $780 billion globally. This thanks to our proprietary dataset, extended with our validated with our extended psychology network. The fact that our technology is not intrusive because it is adaptable to every device without the use of wearables, in accordance with the GDPR and AI Act. Unlike our competitor, which neither of them has a dataset constructed on stress and communication along the years. So just to sum it up, now we just released the Slack app. Our API is going to be available on Amazon Web Services by the end of this month. And the same app we did for Slack is going to be available for Teams by the end of the year. I'm Francesco, already presented myself. We meet our expert in psychology, in development, full stack developer, PhD in machine learning, in medicine, and of course also expert in marketing and finance. And we just opened the round for 300K, which is for strengthening the team and for the European market. It is going to lead us to the next round next year, which is going to be focused on the US market. We already had a preliminary commitment for 180K so far, and we aim to close this round by the end of February. And before I finish, let me just tell you that I explain you quickly about the imminent future reminder of this technology in the corporate wellness field and with corporate. But the use of this technology are huge, like in sales, in schools, in healthcare, where we are already starting to develop some experiment with some clinics, and also in government and defense and ESG compliance. So let me just close by saying that, as often happens from a problem arising from the military field, we're bringing a solution that will help people in their everyday life. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Francesco. What's the selling point? First of all, who are your clients today? How do you sell this?
Yeah, absolutely. It depends. If we are selling to API, initially, when we patented the product in March, we started selling directly initially because we didn't have a selling point. Now we are releasing the API on Amazon Web Services. So the selling point will be Amazon Web Services by the end of this month. So it will be available to everybody all around the world. This for the API. For Slack, it's going to be the marketplace of Slack. So we are already distributed the API on direct link so far, but in the next 2 weeks, we are going to be acknowledged as officially on the marketplace of Slack, it's our official product. So everybody will find us on Slack marketplace. And the same is going to be for Teams.
The integration is done on your Slack, or you are doing maybe in
Slack. Slack is done with Slack. So you just click add on Slack. You don't need to download anything because already comprised on the Slack platform. Okay.
In terms of technology, everything is done in-house? You guys, or you have something in a source?
No, we develop everything in-house, and that's also the meaning of this pre-seed round, because now we need to expand our team, and we need 2 positions especially. One is for selling. We need a seller, a more experienced seller, because our seller is junior, so we need a more experienced seller. But also we need a junior developer, because our developer, our PhD developer, they are really experienced developer. That's what we needed to create the model, to patent the model, to create this technology. But now that we need to, let's say, take care of everyday deals and everyday life, we also need a junior developer to take care of these minor tasks.
I mean, the first market reaction, I mean, what are the feedbacks you're receiving now?
Yeah, okay. So from the API, we already closed 10 contracts in only direct contacts. So people that saw us on the website, meet us during the event, and those are only by direct contacts. All the rest with AWS, we are already preparing the advertising for the AWS. For Slack, that we just released, actually already in the first 3 weeks, we already exceed the 20. Actually, we are 28 workspace active right now. So there was a good reaction on the Slack. We expect to increase a lot more also as soon as we are officialized on the Slack marketplace.
In terms of onboarding, I mean, what's your market strategy to start scaling? Because in the end of the day, what matters is how you scale this business.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we are planning on again, when we are also developing the Teams plugin, because the Slack plugin is going to be available again on Slack, but we are using we have 4 person now in the selling, but we need the senior part, but we already have 4 person, and they are already sending outbound emails to the possible client, both in Europe and US, because our market is especially in US. We are starting as soon as we are officialized on Slack. We are going to do call to action and launch of the app with our network, which is going to be our investor network, Digital Magic, InnovApp, Innovits, all the network we are part of, with deals for the network, for people in the network, for company in the network, and the portfolios. Also, we are going to do some launch with partner in US and UK to for the call to action for Slack. And third things, we are also pointing to the social proof. So we are collecting feedbacks, which are going to be shown on the market and are going to be shown on our website. And so also to use the bottom-up also way of reaching customer. This is for Slack. The same is going to be copied for Teams, but for Teams, the time to close the deal is going to be longer because Teams is used by more structured company. So that's why we started from Slack, because we wanted to close the deal pretty quick initially with the first product. And now with Teams, it's going to be a longer, let's say, longer sales cycle, but it's going to be also more productive because it's used by huge company with a lot of people. And it seems it's going to cost $1 each employee per month. The bigger is the company, the bigger is the return in the end. And we're already talking with company about Teams. We are just not yet ready to sell it because we are preparing the beta.
Let's close with a more articulated business model. How do you make money?
Yeah, for the API, is a consume-based acquisition. So it depends how many calls you do. It starts from $10 each month all the way to $500 is based on how many calls you do for the API. So just on consumption. And for the Slack and the Teams is going to be the same. Is during this period is $1 each employee per month. It's going to be the same for the next 6 months. Then we are going to raise the price to level with our competitor price, which is going to be around $3 for each employee per month.
Francesco, thank you so much. Stay, don't go, because we are bringing all back. Meanwhile, I'm moving to second founder.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jennifer Hill, CEO co-founder of OptiMatch, based in California, US, SaaS B2B, seed around 1.2 million in USD. How's it going, Jennifer?
Hi, Max. Thank you so much for having me here. It's such a pleasure to get to be with you and all of these other founders. So thank you for tuning in, to everybody out here, and to Max and the team for putting together this great platform. As Max just said, I am Jennifer Cahill. I am the CEO of OptiMatch. In 2018, my legal recruiting firm was sought out and acquired by one of the largest accounting firms in the United States because we were profitable from day one and continued to be profitable post-acquisition. The secret to our success? That was because we identified tools and methodologies for more effectively matching employees and employers the first time around, resulting in happier employees who are more productive and higher retention rates, which was a win-win for everyone. With our current startup, OptiMatch, we've now productized these learnings into a scalable SaaS algorithm and tools that are revolutionizing the HR and other fields. So how are we doing that? We are doing that with what we call intelligent matching. For decades, people have been trying to understand human beings. And what we've done is we've synthesized this into an algorithm to match employees and employers, both for onboarding new employees and helping to align internal employees where there are productivity and retention issues. As all of us know, whether we're a 2 or 3 person company, like many of us starting up here, or whether we're a Microsoft or an Amazon, poor productivity, retention issues, low morale, health and well-being employee issues, as Francesco was just alluding to, are issues that plague us all as employers. And so what that means is it means that employees and employers need to revolutionize how they match with one another. Globally, this is a $45 billion plus market. And in the United States alone, it's over 14 billion. And our intention is to capture at least 1.4 billion of that or more. And this is just one of the many verticals that we've had huge interest in this application of matching. Now, why is this of interest to people? Well, when you align employee A and the employer or hiring manager, what that results in is a sense of safety. We saw this firsthand with a Web3 company we recently applied our algorithm to. They had huge issues. They had just raised millions of dollars and they had internal turmoil. So we had the entire team answer our matching questions. And in less than 3 weeks, we turned the whole team around. They had increased productivity, increased morale, less friction, and greater retention with the team. This is our dream at OptiMatch, to reverse the accidental adversarial relationship between human beings. How do we do this? In order to do this, what we do is we have the employer or the hiring manager, as well as the employee or potential employee or existing employee, answer a simple set of 20 questions that only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to answer. It is backed by our complex mathematical formula that then pops out who the two people are best aligned with. I used our own methodology to hire my most recent assistant. Do you want to know how much time it took me to hire my assistant? 15 minutes. I just hung up with him earlier today. We've been working together for almost 6 weeks, and he said it's his dream job, and until we get fully funded, he's waiting so he can be able to work with us full time. Because when you reduce friction, you reduce stress, which is one of the leading causes of disease in the world. In fact, according to the Institute of Stress in the United States, 87% of US workers struggle with stress, which is related to the workplace, resulting in things such as anxiety and depression. How did we do this? My co-founder, Julian Adler, and I worked together initially to build and exit my last company, and he came on board in 2014 and helped me to turn things around. Then he was brought on for this company to help us write the software and to create this algorithm. We're very lucky to have a very robust network. I'm being referred to people all day, every day. All I'm doing is demoing the product and setting up strategic alliances. We just had an international company that's going to be piloting our program in Los Angeles, and they're very excited to begin using this. The business model is a SaaS model where employers will pay per month per match. So of course we have enterprise solutions ranging down to mom and pop shops who might only want to use it at 70 cents a match. There are no other platforms out there that do anything remotely similar to what we do. There are profiling companies such as Disc and Myers-Briggs, but they are designed to profile you, not to match you and analyze your motivating factors. We've already had tremendous success. We have a commitment from another VC in Silicon Valley for $200K, as well as another potential $800K coming in early next year from a fund that's closing. And we're in the process of closing out a round of $1.2 million. We have a robust network of amazing advisors, including our medical advisory board, as there's been really huge interest as well in the medical community for matching therapists with patients, including Dr. Marta Cedar, who's a Columbia board certified professor, helping us to write a white paper on matching, and Dr. Mark Goldston, who is one of the top 100 coaches for Marshall Goldsmith's top coaches in the world. So we would love to have you, Max, or any of your teams or affiliates or anybody watching us now to reach out to me to find out how you can be one of our final investors in this current seed round that we're raising.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Let's start with the algorithm. As you ask only 20 questions to the employer, 20 to the employees. How do you match them? Make sure that the hard and soft skill are covered on both sides.
So that's a great point, Max. We do not match on skills. In fact, what I would recommend for when I hired my own assistant, we use different, you can use applicant tracking systems, et cetera. We are not a skills-based matching platform. We are aligning two human beings based on motivating factors. And if your motivating factors, Max, and that of your assistant or somebody you're working closely with are misaligned and neither one of you knows that, what happens is you will naturally have friction points. So we can do one of two things. We can either help you to bring in the team members who are most naturally aligned with your motivating factors, or as we did with the Web3 company a couple of weeks ago, we did a composite of the entire company, not looking at skills, looking at what motivates them. And then we saw where the friction points were, and we did education. So there's been a huge interest actually in the coaching world as well for this, of coaches who want to apply this on leadership teams. And in fact, we had a very cool experience. Leading coach in the world actually recently did a demo with us and wants to work with us and said, Jennifer, I worked closely with Tim Cook and the leadership team at Apple, and what you created is better than what Apple University had. So I don't know how much we can get a better testimonial than that.
Let me, as you're working with, I see this is very good for startup, for founders that start, because they have always problem hiring the right people. But as you move to the big corporation, thousands of employees with many managers, right? Any manager has maybe a team of 10, maybe 20. If the manager goes away and they build the team on him, what's going to happen now?
So that's a great question, Max. I've actually not been asked that before, though the way I would work that is, so what naturally tends to happen is that if people are good at hiring, that's what I built and sold my last company on, you're naturally going to draw people towards you who are going to be aligned with you. So if somebody's already using this, then whether you're 5% below or above your current motivating factors, you're going to be able to find a frictionless team around you. Now, sometimes we've also had huge interest in companies using this to shake up teams and want to build diverse boards. So let's say that you're building a leadership team. You do not want a homogenous group. In fact, the CTO and CEO I was working with recently, they had disparate motivating factors, which can be great at the top level or on the board level for creating intentional friction. But then when it comes, as you know, Max, running a business, to the day-to-day operations of the business, you want as little friction as possible. When you're telling your assistant what to do or trying to get projects completed, the more time it takes away from you running all your companies and being sure all your founders are set up, that takes away valuable time and resources. So where we see the application of this and the interest that we've had thus far is you can use it to help leadership teams. And also you can create dotted lines occasionally, depending on the size of an organization. In the case of this Web3 company, we looked at the CEO and the CTO's motivating factors. And in one case, there was 20% variability between the CTO and one of the team members. So instead, we created a dotted line up to the CEO. So there was less natural friction, and it's created greater workability for the whole team. So it's going to be, of course, we need more data, Max. That's one of the things. We're a data-based company. And as the data gets refined, our algorithm has built-in AI that's going to refine how it matches. So the bigger the data set, the more that we're going to be able to refine the algorithm.
Are those data, for example, linked also to the value, the core value of the company itself?
You know, it's funny. I was just asked that on the call right before this. There was a new strategic partner that was referred to us that wants to look at using that, and she said the same thing. So at the earliest applications of it, we haven't yet looked at the overall values, though I will speak only from my recruiting experience in this. When you have somebody at the top who has certain values or motivating factors, it does seem to have a trickle-down effect to everybody else. So we have not yet designed the company to do that, though as our data set grows, I would not be surprised that if we wound up seeing patterns in data that showed us values and what motivated individual companies as a whole, not just the individuals.
Thank you. Let's move to the go-to-market. You come already for a huge background in HR. So what's your going-to-market strategy to make sure that you're scaling fast and soon?
Yeah, we're very fortunate that I have about 12,000 connections on LinkedIn, over which 1,000 of them are human resources contacts, and another 1,000 or more are CEOs or executives at companies. So what we're doing currently at this exact moment, my next call after this, is we're demoing with lots of HR companies. And most importantly, I'm not a big fan of doing it one-on-one. I'm a big fan of finding the key influencers. So for example, Mark Golston, who you had on the show recently, is a dear friend and one of our advisors. And one of my gifts is that I am part of a lot of really amazing groups like Deepak's Evolutionary Leaders Group that has 300 thought leaders, scientists, and business owners from around the world. So rather than me having to go out to each one, I'm going out to the Mark Golstons of the world, the evolutionary leaders of the world, so they can be the microphone. And that's why I'm on back-to-back calls and demos all day, every day for the next 2 months.
In terms of business model, that's a B2B model. Yeah? You're going to charge directly each of the company. And let's close with the round. Partial is done, so partial has been already committed. What the investors are looking for?
We're really looking for investors who are strategic investors. We don't want money for the sake of money. We're very easily going to be profitable here in the next couple of months, so that's not the biggest concern. We want investors who are passionate about the space, about helping us to reverse this accidental adversarial relationship. So people who are interested in the human side are critical for us from an investment standpoint. And we want people who are passionate about technology and supporting investors. Supporting founders, sorry. I consider myself to be very coachable. If you had asked me about 10 years ago, that would not have been the story. Though I pride myself on being very coachable and understanding that there are always going to be gaps in my knowledge. And though I may have already built and sold a legal recruiting company, I've not yet built and sold a software company. So investors who have expertise in the software world, as well as in a deep care of human beings and understanding the potential for this.
Let me close with this one. How effective is your model for turnaround? Many companies turnaround. Many companies go through turnarounds, not only when they restructure the company, but many times you understand your team does not work. Many people are not placed where they should be. Can your algorithm do something similar here?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things that we can do. I mean, look at this company we were just working with in the last 3 weeks. Who can do that in less than 3 weeks to turn around a company? And part of it is we are unconscious. That's the thing. We don't even realize I'll give you an analogy to close here, Max. Years ago, I was in a program with a woman named Alison Armstrong, and she studied men and women. And she said the problem with relationships and friction points between men and women is that women treat men like hairy, misbehaving women. And in the same way, I feel like we're all treating one another like we're misbehaving. I might work with you or with somebody else, and I might treat you like you're being obstinate or stubborn or a jerk. In fact, one of the executives I was working with recently said, I'm not going to pander to these jerks. And I said, great. You have millions of dollars. You have a deadline. People are not getting things done, and you're wasting tens of hours every week resolving all these internal issues. We can do it your way, or you can understand that they're actually motivated differently. And unless you speak into their motivations, you're not going to get the productivity. You're going to miss your deadlines, and you're going to waste the millions that you just raised. He got it, and they turned it around.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Stay, don't go, because we are all soon back. And
Thank
I'm moving on. Thank you so much. I'm moving to the US. Harry Young, project lead, GearApp Inc., based in US, California. SCM, Web3, inventory, asset manager, blockchain, low code builder, deep tech. Pre-seed, $500,000. How's it going, Harry?
Great. Thanks for having me, Max. I really appreciate the inviting me to such a great platform. So
Please go.
yes. So I'm Harry. I'm a founder and CEO of GearChain, and I'm located in Silicon Valley, California. So our mission is to revolutionize inventory asset tracking through a real-time inventory management platform. So today's inventory and business systems are too complex, costly, and hard to customize, leading to a 60% of worldwide business rely on spreadsheets. Yet this spreadsheet approach is slow, lacks real-time updates, and costs $3 trillion annually due to errors. So to address these issues, the solution is to streamline inventory management using an easy-to-use, customizable applications that offers real-time visibility and eliminates inaccuracies. Our solution will not only save time and money, but also provide efficiency, flexibility, and control through customer-initiated spreadsheet synchronization. So GearChain is a mobile inventory app builder platform that scans quickly with AI, connects smoothly with the spreadsheets, and leverage blockchain for tamper-proof record and traceability. Where you can create projects easily and collaborate with others and check real-time data and transactions. Plus, our Gen AI integration helps you quickly build custom projects and analyze the transactions for forecasting to stay responsive. So for example, you can ask questions like, what is the most popular item last month and when should I restock? And the bot will answer you based on the data on your spreadsheet. In this demo, you can see that you can easily create a new project by simply choosing a template. You can also add additional fields and then scan new items instantly with an AI and reconcile inventories within minutes. Our total addressable market, or TAM, as of today, is the global inventory market, which is $20 billion with an annual growth rate of 12%. Our SAM, specifically targeting inventory management within the United States. With this context, our specific target market is the asset tracking software, which covers 20% of the SOM in the US. Let's look at the competitive landscape. Why GearChain and what sets us apart from our competitors? While all these solutions offer some value to our SMBs, we truly offer an easy, customizable, real-time asset tracking system that incorporates efficiency and even leverage blockchain for traceability. Our business model and pricing strategy involves both annual and monthly subscription, combined with an pay-as-you-go model. And ever since we reached 900,000 signups milestone, which proves our concept is market fit, we've been revamping our platform, and we are starting with an AI-powered scanning, barcode to blockchain integration with the spreadsheets, and so much more. Plus, our recent collaboration with the Mar 5G gives us a better direction and clarity for our product-led growth strategy. And these are some of the major label of companies who actually benefit from our platform. So we are a team of experienced IT professionals with a combined skill set of over 50 years and a proven track record. I'm responsible for product development, and Bona, a UC Berkeley grad, is in charge of UI UX, and our mentor, Shailesh, advised me on a better direction and clarity for product development. And we were receiving support from Google, Microsoft, and Mar Accelerator Program, and SCORE Silicon Valley as our advisory group. So real-time use cases really demonstrate that our platform can significantly reduce time, increase efficiency, and improve.
Itself is quite solid in terms of setting up the features that you want. So in my case, I wanted a scanning tool that could identify each package order number and then highlight in which zone, I call it bin, we should locate the material. So that part of the tool worked perfectly. The connect.
Yeah, so we are looking for a 500K to build a robust platform and boost revenue by increasing conversion rate and targeting specific verticals. Thank you for your time today, and these are the highlights of our application and please feel free to ask us anything.
I need to unmute myself. Before I start, if anyone wants to raise any question, please do it. Harry, I've been spending, before moving to venture capital, I've been spending almost 20 years of my life in M&A private equity, where inventory, anytime you need to evaluate the company, it's an absolute nightmare. Never is true what they say. And they always tell me they have very little clue how to manage the inventory. But
Yes.
so I'm very happy you've done something similar, and I'm sure you will succeed. My question is, I saw not just how to manage the inventory, for example. I mean, it's very good for budgeting because you know when things are short, you can buy again. You can pretty much organize all your supply chain. But how do you onboard all these tools? I mean, all these pieces. There are companies with thousands and thousands of different items in the inventory. So what they should do to onboard them one by one on your platform application?
Yes, that's a great question. And basically, most of SMBs, they start inventories with spreadsheets. So they already have hundreds of items, on their shelves. And whenever they have new items comes in, they are having difficulties cross-referencing between actual assets versus what they have on the spreadsheet. So basically, the idea is that you can import your spreadsheet into this application and sync with this app's spreadsheet. So after you link your spreadsheet into this application, and then using your mobile phone, you scan an item, and immediately it will show the item from the spreadsheet. So you can easily reconcile your assets just a matter of a second. Without this application, you were spending like days over, hours to, modify cross-referencing, right? But with this tool, really save your time like up to, 90% of, time saving. So it really gives the benefit, not only the saving time, but it provides you total accuracy as you don't need to manually update anything on your spreadsheet.
So I'm creating a spreadsheet, I'm uploading the spreadsheet, and after I can adjust everything, just scanning with the application. In terms of, for example, if I want to budget using application, if I want to know how much I need to buy, depending how much I'm going to sell, and all this kind of stuff, normally done with the most of the application, the most famous I'm talking about. Is something can be done or can be even done better with your platform?
Yes, so we are about to launch MVP into the App Store. And yes, any person who really need to manage assets anywhere from their garage or, small businesses, or as you have seen on this video, like, this multi-billion company on their factory level, right? So they can just, track their asset with a mobile phone. And thanks to our machine learning, it really captured the barcode immediately, and it also sometimes auto zoom if the label is too small. So it will really give you the benefit with easy to use no code platform on your hand.
What's your value proposition against the main ERP, because you're competing there today on the market?
Yes, the ERP systems, many legacy systems, information systems like inventory management requires you to, learning curve is also extremely difficult to implement, and as well as very difficult to customize, right? And also it's costly. But with our tool, it's like a Google form. So you can just add a custom field. Of course, you can start with a pre-made template as well. And also using the spreadsheet like Google Sheets allow you to sync with any third-party application using Google Sheets API. So it will leverage, give it the bridge between spreadsheet to your application as well.
In terms of business model, you have a SaaS model, but there is any one-time fee for the setup, or this is one model they can apply to everyone without any setup? I think it must.
Yes, that's a great question. So for small and medium size of businesses, we are not planning to charge any onboarding fee. It's really self-service. Of course, we provide the support to help them to get started with this application. Once they download it from the App Store or Google Play. When it comes to the enterprise level, we have a dedicated personnel who can actually support and build the custom application as well as the integration with their ERP system or MRP system. And for that, we will have a different enterprise pricing, with onboard support and training.
So what investors are looking for?
So we are looking for a strategic investors who understand about the technology and really interested in the logistic area. And since we really have a small medium business to solve their pain points, if the investors has a network on those areas like retail, manufacturing, or healthcare, are a right fit for us to start working with.
Harry, thank you so much. Stay, don't go. We are pretty much soon all back.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Our founder number 4, last but of course not the least, Jānis Blaževičs, co-founder and CEO of CrowdedHero, based in Latvia, Riga. FinTech, seed around 200K in years. How's it going, Jānis?
Very well. Preparing, learning, studying, like in a vintage world. So I'm an ex-banker. I worked 10 years in the banking sector. So as a logic continue, we established with my partner crowdfunding platform. So and here we are in this new world where everything is about the new technologies and with the good old things like capital raising. So yeah, we established the company 3 years ago. Right now, we are having a license. We were second one in European Union who got the equity crowdfunding based license. Our unique value proposition is based that we are developing very well agent network across the Europe. Investors can be across the world, but the project owners and projects are located in European Union. Right now, we have developed already and agreed with the National Bank that we can provide fixed income products together with the equity ones. Up to now, we have invested into the company's development more than 600,000, and we are looking for this runway to continue. Our major problem solution is that we want to work with the small and medium-sized companies who already have existing cash flow so that we can provide regular dividends to our investors through the platform. The investments which are verified by the European Union regulations and the KIS, and follow-up of the investments to be able to provide our investors financial solutions, financial health of the companies. There's great market here in the Baltics. We have a couple of similar companies, but they are more located with the debt-based funding. So as I said, so we are the only ones right now who is working into the equity with the equity model. Our vision is to build very strong community of the investors inside the Baltics. Our mission is to create platform as a Tinder match for the investors and the project owners. And of course, our greatest value of the platform is the projects which we are bringing to the investors. Thanks to my partner who has 30 years experience in merger and acquisition business, we can bring very well proposed projects to our investors our business model is based on the success fee plus fixed fee for the onboarding, and skin in the game is the win-win fee. If the investors win and the project is very successful, we make money together with the investors. Transaction. So far, we have established multinational supervisory board, which include guy from the Portugal, guy from the Finland, and lady from the Lithuania. They're well known in these countries, and we are still focusing to bring it more from the other regions. And this is one of our unique sales strategy, how we are bringing projects to our platform. So we have so far developed very well ambassadors network across the Europe, in Hungary, in Portugal, in Spain, in Finland, in Estonia, in Lithuania. These are all sales agents. Thanks to their reputations, they can bring us very well proposed projects to our platform. So far, we have raised the funds for the 2 projects, and this is our greatest value, and we keep focusing on the project pipeline. This is right now it's available for investments. Company Smart Cooling with the patents, fully electric ambitious amphibie, as well developed in Latvia, and fixed income project from the Spain, who will be able to generate 90% of revenue for the investors. Onboarding process is according to the license. As I said previously, we are looking for the companies with the track record, with the existing cash flow, and with existing experience into this segment. We are partnering with several companies in the European Union, with all of the business angel networks here in the Baltics. As well, we are start cooperations in the Portugal as well. We are a team of 7 people. Some of the greatest employees are co-founders or shareholders of the company as well. We are looking for 200,000 against 2.5% of the equity. The money is required to keep fuel our runway for the next 1 year. So we are capable to qualify for the EU grant money. Thank you.
Thank you, Jānis. What's the minimum investment? For
100 euros. 100 euros.
100, but not for investing directly, because I think I was reading 23 for direct investment to the project, no?
No, this is for the lead investors. So this is our business model, which we have developed so far, which is different from any other platforms in the Europe, including the UK, where they are building up and raising funds based on the trust law and asset management. We're establishing for each and every project special purpose vehicle, which joins the company in Latvia, where investors get direct shares into the company. And to establish company, we need a lead investor with 25,000 euros of the first investment.
Okay, so the 25 is the lead, and after everyone can follow up.
Exactly. Yeah.
All investment they go through the SPV.
Sorry.
All investment are in any SPV.
Yes, this is the business model, so we can service all of the projects across the Europe. SPV in Latvia can be established remotely from Hungary, Portugal, Germany, whatever, Finland. So we are establishing closed joint stock company, so we can differ the share classes into this company. The lead investor is one who is responsible with the voting rights, and the crowd investors is getting B class shares.
So all banking accounts are in Latvia.
All the money goes through the French bank accounts, through the escrow account. But if the project is based, in Hungary, so all the money will go to the Hungary. If the project is based in Portugal, money will go from the French to the Portugal. Through the SPV, yes. The answer is yes. The money, if the SPV is established in Latvia, it will go through the SPV in Latvia and Latvian banking sector.
How many projects do you need to become to have the platform becoming pretty much robust and profitable for you and for all the investors? They go investment by investment, but for the overall platform.
It's not about the quantity of the projects. As right now everybody is talking about the big data. We are more focused on the small data, and we want to propose the tailor-made projects into our platform, that the investors know that each and every project is very well analyzed, and we are able to provide transparent information for them. It's about the total funds. So we are thinking that from 2 million a year, if we can raise the funds, then the platform is successful.
But in terms of project, today everyone can invest wherever they are, but projects are coming only from 4 or 5 countries. What's the strategy after this round?
This is at the moment they are coming from the 4 or 5 countries. Okay, we are expanding our ambassadors network. We already have some thoughts to expand our activities in the Middle East, and this is our greatest value, that we can at the same time propose from the 5 different countries the projects when there is a different political situation in the world right now. So we are able to propose not only from the Baltics, as well from the Portugal, Spain, Finland, and etc. etc. So.
And who is going to select and evaluate the projects?
This is according to our license. So we have our internal policy, according to which we are acting. We have an internal analytic team who is analyzing the projects, and so for each and every project there is the same rules.
But as you say, you are we are not talking about the venture capital here. We are talking about pretty much investment in private equity. So a company already having cash flow. So when investors invest, they already have the forecast, right? ROI, all this kind of stuff. They know already very much so how much I'm going to make.
So yes and no. As everybody knows, one of the first crowdfunding projects in European Union was the Revolut, who raised a great amount of money, and they exit after the 2 years with 27, if I'm not mistaken, multiplier. So yes, this is so the dream projects, but we want to propose more stable projects with a great revenue. We are talking about from 20, 25, 30% income per year. So
that's a lot.
Yes, this is, but of course, obviously, you take a risk as well, which comes with equity business.
Indeed. So what investors are looking for?
So we have the knowledge. We have the knowledge. We have already existing investors flow. Any investor who would like to become an investor, they are the key investors. If you have decided to invest money in our project, I think we will find a common language. So I can tell about the strategic or whatsoever, but if you are ready to give the money and you know the people or you trust these people, I think that this is very good match. This is an equity match.
It is, absolutely. Jānis, stay there, don't go. We are bringing now all the investors, so are the other founders becoming the less. Actually, I am the less. Jānis, let me start with you. In 20 seconds, convincing all the investors watching today, why invest in your startup with your best elevator pitch?
This is a great journey, which some of the investors can join us, teach with us together, meet new people, meet new projects, and have a great journey for the next couple of years for them. So if you are happy and if you think so, come for us, contact us, and definitely we'll find some common language.
Thank you so much, Jānis. Harry.
Yes. Well, I would say, by investing in our platform, you are not just helping our own business, but also supporting many of the SMBs in the world, because we know how tough it can be for small business owners to handle their inventories efficiently. Our platform is designed to make it easier by working smoothly with your inventory data at the spreadsheet, powered by AI and blockchain. So when you choose us to invest, you are not just improving our business, but you're also helping others in the same situation. It's a choice that benefits everyone involved.
Thank you so much, Harry. Francesco.
Yes, thank you. Because, as I said, after 7 years of study, we were able to patent this technology. And now we are bringing passive monitoring, detecting stress before physical symptoms. So we're bringing this technology to everybody. We are revolutioning the corporate wellness market, but there are all the other markets which we can apply this technology. So it is definitely a global change we are bringing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Francesco. Jennifer.
Thank you, Max. The reason you want to partner with us and invest in us is what we have now may be $1 billion market cap, but in the next 5 to 7 years, it will be $1 trillion market cap because of all of the potential applications. Though we're starting right now with human resources, we'll soon be tackling mental health, wellness, and we have much interest as well in the dating field. So within the next 5 to 7 years, we'll be doing trillions of dollars a year in this world.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Jānis, Francesco, Harry, Jennifer, thank you so much for coming to our pitch event today. It's been, as always, an absolute pleasure for me and for all of us. Thank you to all the one watching today, to all our audience. If everyone wants to come to pitch at EquityMatch.co, and we are more than happy to welcome you. You can see these pitch events and all the previous one on our YouTube channel. And please get in touch with the founder directly. You don't need to come to us. Of course, if you come to us, we'll be more than happy to make the intro, but you can see all the details on the video. You can go straight to them because we are not charging any possible form of success fee. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Max.
Good luck, guys.
Bye-bye.